Welcome everyone to NR Truck Night in America, live here from Portland International Raceway for race 21 out of 28 on the season in the third race of your 2026 Gainbridge Truck Series Chase. Folks, after a wild first two races of the chase, we finally go road course racing for one of the only times in the chase this season as we head to Portland International Raceway all the way in the Pacific Northwest here for our third race of the chase. Like I said before, we saw a very crazy race at Darlington, and then last week at Richmond, we saw a pretty mellow one where we saw the teammates at Red Bull Flat Out Racing battle for the win in the final couple of laps with Racing Motorsports driver Aaron Abel. Now, this week we head to Portland International Raceway for 33 laps around this road course and what's going to be one of the hottest weekends of the season, as we have seen temperatures high as 99 here at Portland so far. And with a long race like this, it's going to really test these drivers here, especially in this area where when it's really humid, it's going to be very hot. So we have a very good one in store here for you guys here at Portland International Raceway, but this is one of the only road course races in the chase. The only other one we have is Road America. Road America is pretty crazy. This one could be pretty crazy too. We'll see how it ultimately plays out, but this is a very unique track. When you look at the track map here, you can see that it's very kind of straightforward. I mean, there's some turns, but there's a lot of straightaways that drivers can use to just get the power down and try to get past someone, but that's also going to cause a little bit of a challenge because some teams don't have that power compared to others. So it's going to be a really technical race. You could really have the pace in the corners, but not coming out of the corners, or vice versa. You're really running really slow in the corner, but as soon as you get on the straightaway, you're dusting somebody. So this is going to be one of those races where it's very unique. 13 corners here, although you can see corners 8 through 9 there. I mean, it honestly looks like a bend there. It doesn't really look like a corner, but it's going to be one of those more interesting races where we're going to have to see the more technical side of road course racing, where we try to see guys try to manage the two different aspects of how you can run this track. And coming into this race, we see Ronnie Hauger on pole once again. I mean, not Ronnie Hauger, Joseph Wood on pole once again. And we got the pole at Watkins Glen alongside Avery Alford. So those two are going to be starting on the front row again. Last time Alford got the lead early, started to run away, had some issues. Do we see that takes place here once again? It looks like Alford and Wood right now are looking like some of the best road course drivers we have in the field coming into this race here this weekend. But we did not run this race last season, so there's no real previous winner. But when it comes to sorry for all the voice cracks. When it comes to all of the pit strategy and whatnot, it's going to be an interesting race when it comes to pit strategy. There is no cautions, so I would say around lap 15 to 20 we could see pit stops. It depends how long guys want to run because they want to make that run to the end as short as possible to avoid any fuel situations. But we've seen time and time again, fuel is always a factor here at these road courses. So they could pit really early and we could see a two-stop race. We don't really know, folks, but I think that is pretty much it from up here in the booth here at Portland International Raceway. Let's go down trackside here at Portland and go over all the info we need to know heading into tonight's race. So as I welcome you guys trackside here at Portland International Raceway, you can see Joseph went on pole. He's got Avery Alford on his outside. You got some interesting guys up here. You got Caleb Rose, who hasn't always been great at road courses up here. Patrick Raven, Sarah Taylor, Emily York Watson, all up here as well. So it was a very interesting qualifying session. This is gonna be a race that tests these drivers' patience and whatnot. Because when you're in the chase, you want to have good finishes at the road courses, and for some guys, they are starting near the back, so they really want to get a good performance down, but it is going to take quite a lot. But before we get into the standings, got to go over some silly season stuff, of course. Coming into this race, we found out earlier this week that Red Bull Fallout might be closing at the end of the year. It is not set in stone, but there's some rumblings that they could potentially be closing, which could cause quite the stir up in free agency, as you're going to have two drivers like Ricky LaFleur and Ronnie Hauger on the market, which could prove to be a very, very interesting silly season. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And you got sponsors like Red Bull, Gainbridge now looking for other options heading into next year with the new C4 Energy deal that's heading to Racing Motorsports next season. Overall, a very hectic silly season we've seen this past week, and it's only heated up more and more as we've moved on. We've already seen some teams start to re-sign some of their guys. McLaren Phantom's going to be bringing back Jasmine Daniel and Carl Young. That 14 will be open. Ryan Osborne will not be returning to the series. But we're going to see how it all plays out. And we've already talked about Gale Force and all their stuff and how they are going to be downsizing as officially confirmed earlier this week. So David Dixon will not have a ride next season. And then Trident Racing Engineering, they're going to be rebranding to Golden Hour Racing next year and switching over to Toyota. So Arcadia and Jade Schuster Schofield is going to all be heading to Toyota, but they will have a new owner, which I think his name is Kazumi Nabaharu. So he's going to be the new, I guess, owner at Golden Hour Racing, aka Trident Racing Engineering, next season. But Toyota gets another team. Sleething Racing is going to be downsizing to 2 trucks next year with the 45 and 15. So that gives Toyota kind of a replacement for that 75 truck. But it's going to be one of those wilder races, wilder off seasons, as we're going to have lots of moves with about at least 10 new entries and quite a few new rookies in the field. And you know, we'll see how it all plays out. That's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to silly season. But we don't want to take up too much time. But there definitely is going to be quite a few guys returning to their rides. But signups will be about in exactly a month, I want to say, here soon. Yeah, around July 10th. So that's probably when signups will be. So if you are watching this and you're just a viewer, mark that date. Should be around 8 p.m. I think the signups will be. We will see. But as we get into your points, your chase standings coming into tonight's race here at Portland International Raceway, you can see Ricky LaFleur has got a 14-point lead over his teammate Ronnie Hauger. We saw Hauger pass LaFleur coming to the last 10 laps on that final restart. And really get past LaFleur. Hauger's been the man at short track so far this season, and now he's looking to be the man at road courses once again. He's not starting too well here tonight, though, but we've seen that 83 team win every road course besides one so far this season, which was Watkins Glen. Um, and you can look further back. You see Matthew Hubert about 26 points. Matthew Hubert, Aaron Abel, Avery Alford, even Caleb Rose. They're all in the hunt, but that's where the cutoff starts to begin. If you're some of these guys here, you need that 82 to have something go wrong here today to really have a chance to get back into this. We still have 7 more races after this one, but it's gonna be quite tricky and challenging for some of these guys to get back into the hunt. Um, but when you got guys like Matthew Hubert, this is his home track on the schedule. He's from Washington, so just to stay away, he's gonna want to be doing good here. But Aaron Abel starting pretty well. Gutierrez starting pretty well. Avery Alford, of course, on the front row. And Caleb Rose. This is all prime opportunities for those guys to drive their way through. But we've seen a lot of DNFs in these first 2 chase races, more than I think we saw last year. So this chase so far has been very hectic to start, and I don't think the chaos stops here. So it's going to be a very interesting race. Guys are going to be plotting on that 82. If you want to get your anger out, this is the track to do it because that 82 is going to be in no man's land. There's no cautions. But of course, LaFleur has been having a great run so far. He's only gotten better every week, and that average finish has been dropping more and more. Of course, Hubert still has the best average finish, but I mean, this number 82 team is on fire currently right now. They haven't finished outside the top 5 in quite a few weeks, so they're definitely on their hot streak right now. And Ricky LaFleur is going to be the man to beat when it comes to this chase run here, all the way down to Miami for your season finale, folks. But that is your chase standings coming into tonight's race. You know, Joseph Wood's going to need a good performance. Alexander Rowe, Carson Miller, those guys have all DNF'd every single race to start off this chase. Kyler Sustry just has not had the start he's wanted in. That 17 teams is not too encouraged, I think, and it's gonna be quite a tough run to get them back into it. But for a guy like Rowe, we expect to see better pace. He's got a lot of talent, but he's just been running into incidents, and unfortunately has kind of taken this 7 out the hunt. He's gonna need a really good performance here tonight and for the next couple weeks to really get himself back into this fight. But that is your chase standings. Some stuff to go over for today's race. I mean, I think that 30 Joseph Wood definitely has some pace. But it's gonna be very interesting to see how everybody does it to start. They might be a little crazy. We'll see if we see any contact. But I mean, no cautions. 33 laps. Lots of room for mistakes. Lots of room for guys to spin out. There's a lot of grass and dirt around this track, so there's not a lot of room to make mistakes, and that's what's gonna make this track so fun here at Portland International Raceway. But I think with no further ado, folks, it is time to get these trucks fired off and ready to go here at Portland International Raceway and get this race begun with Joseph Wood leading them off here at the first road course of the chase.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, the Director of Facilities for Strat, Kawi Kalahiki.
Drivers, start your engines!
So as they are rolled off and ready to go here at Portland International Raceway, let's take a look at your top 10 coming into this race. In row number 1, it's that 30 to Joseph Wood and that 42 Avery Alford. Row 2 is the 43 H. Gutierrez and the 90 and Caleb Rose. Row 3 is the 6 of Patrick Raven and 82 Ricky LaFleur. Row 4 is the 41 of Aaron Abel and the 45 of Sarah Taylor. And row 5 is the 52 of New York Watson and 7 of Alexander Rowe. As they make their way through here, you see the rest of the circuit on your left. Here we go for road course racing in the Pacific Northwest for the third race of the 2026 Gainbridge Truck Series Chase. The green flag's underway as Joseph Wood leads them to green for the second time this season. As they make their way through, it's going to be that 42 Avery Alford once again for the second time this season, jumping out to the lead, even though Joseph Wood was on pole. So now this 42 is going to look to drive away once again. We saw some contact back there. You'll see the replay on your screen right here, but you can see contact between those guys there. Someone got spun around, I believe, and yeah, that's just an interesting spot, but you know, that's what happens here. Guys are gonna be putting it all on the line, so unfortunate contact between those guys there, but as we're back here, you can see Emily Ark Watson falling out the top 10 just a little bit. Got Ronnie Halger and Patrick Miller right behind him, Carson Miller and all these guys. Caden Arcadia's made up some time, but it's gonna be one of those more interesting races where how much passing do we really see? Rose breaking into the top 10, but he's going to really slide there. Halger as well. You will see some guys spin out. We saw it in practice as Calvert pushed to the limits there, but there will be chances of guys spinning out here tonight at Portland. But right now, this 42 Alford trying to coast away from this 38 of Joseph Wood. But this is a long race, and there's lots of room for mistakes. Lots of room for mistakes. Oh, and Carson Miller is coming down to pit road. Does he have another issue? A coolant leak. I mean, this 23 team has had so much bad luck to start the chase. And now, once again, he is heading down pit road here. As, I mean, this is just a nightmare start for that 23 team. And it only continues here as he's going to have a coolant leak on that truck. And we'll see if he's able to continue this race, but you hate to see it. But right now, everybody kind of under a blanket in this top 10, top 5, I should say, but nobody really making any moves just yet. But you can see different lines being run by some guys. Some guys taking a little bit more wide, some guys a little bit more tighter into some. Now Alford Last time he did have the lead. He pitted very early, looked for a huge undercut. Unfortunately, did not work out too well for him as eventually he crashed into his teammate Aaron Abel. So we'll see how it goes this time for him. But even then, we saw Patrick Raven taking 3 wide on the original start. And I think Miller's continuing this race, but he is way behind, as you can see. Behold, of course, has some damage. Oh, and Jasmine Daniel, that's the mistake you can make. And she unfortunately takes it right into the barrier there. I think she had some help from that 01 or 60, I want to say. But that is not what you like to see there. And Jasmine Daniel right into the outside barriers. That's going to be their day done, and that is just the dangers here at Portland International Raceway. You cannot make that mistake if you're in this top 5 whatsoever here at Portland. So we're going to get a replay of that and see your action on the other side of the screen, but let's go take a look at what happened to this 81 here, because that was very bad. So we're going to see right here as we get into the replay, as Alford still leads. Jasmine Daniels just goes really wide, trying to correct it. That one section there with that concrete, not going to fare too well for the 81 truck, as just bang right into the outside wall, outside barrier, or tire barriers, and that's what takes him out of this race. So that's what's looking out, Jasmine Daniel. Let's go get back into what's going on the left side of your screen here, but Alfred's still leading. He's got Wood right behind him, but this is going to be very treacherous, but that's what took your 81 out of this race. So Alfred's still leading here, but Alright, so we're back here with Alford and these guys, but everybody kind of keeping up right now, but I mean, you cannot make mistakes, as you can see, because that was a race-ending mistake for Jasmine Daniel and that McLaren team. Really been making some strides there since Leonard Kocher took over, but that's not this they want to have. As LaFleur almost had a look, but wasn't quite able to get the run off on the corner there, as Raven's still going to be holding firm in this top 5 here. But right now, Avery Alford still leading. And we'll see if this 38 of Wood can rail him back in. But right now, it's just staying close, but not really at biting distance to get this lead. Oh, Wood's gonna go a little wide there, but he keeps it going. Trying to make sure nobody really books it into the wall. I mean, we've seen it happen time and time again, but these guys are just keeping it going right now. But anything can happen at this track. As you can see, some of those guys spinning out, but right now this top 5, top 10, all keeping it pretty close here. It's about to be 10 laps in. So now Wood's gonna really be close here, but I mean, that 42 just has a great drive off, which I was saying, you can have a really good chassis, but if you don't have that drive off, it's gonna be challenging to really get passes done. Sarah Taylor's still in this top 10 as well, so they're running really well for Silly Thing Racing, which Silly Thing Racing has shown some pace this season, especially in these final couple of races. And now once again, they put themselves in a good spot here. with qualifying well to make it easier on themselves, and they're just keeping it going so far. So Alford will be back next season with the Racing Motorsports, but Gainbridge will not be returning as a title primary sponsor. So they are looking for a new team to really sponsor, because, see, of course, we have a lot of energy drinks here in our Truck Night America. Now another one has entered the fray, as now we have C4 Energy going to be sponsoring all the Racing Motorsports trucks, which could be a very good deal, as they could be taking over one of the top teams and really join this battle with Red Bull and Celsius. And Joseph Wood really trying to close in, but he's going to really lock up the brakes here going into that turn right there. And now coming out of it, he's going to lose a lot of time, actually. He was closing up right on the 42, but now back out. Once again, he's going to lose some time. And right now, I mean, they're all staying within 10 seconds. So they're doing really well. But just got to get a little bit more out of these trucks, I would say. It's Haynes is right on the back of the 7th row, but Rowe right now keeping it going. Haynes, of course, drove his way from I believe it was 38th last week all the way into 10th for Haynes Racing. So not too good at short tracks, but he had a great performance last week. Once again, running really well. Of course, he just missed out on the chase, but he's keeping it going. So what, I mean, still reeling in at this 42 of Alford. Let's ride along with this 838 of Wood as he tries to catch up to this 42 of Alford, and let's ride along with our Sunoco pole cam here for this 38. So, I mean, Wood is keeping in tow with this 42. He lost a little bit of time that lap, but, I mean, these guys are still really running together. They're really hitting their marks together, but some corners are just not Wood's. I mean, you can see what corners at the 38's better and what corners the 42 is better, which makes it a nice little fun race between these two. But, geez, I don't know why my voice keeps cracking, but, it's been a very, I mean, they haven't passed each other or anything yet, but it's been quite a close battle, I would say. So right now, outside of that incident with the 81, nobody's really had any big moments, as I was thinking. As Ayer's really loose there, just keeping it going. But yeah, nobody's really had any big moments, I would say. 10-5 Watson has some damage on the front end, but he's still going. Yeah, so everybody keeping it going so far, which you like to see. But Gutierrez is reeling in that 43 of Caleb Rose. Oh, Aaron Abel, Sarah Taylor, side by side. Abel looking to get the pass off on this number 45. Nothing gonna come out of it just yet though. But Aaron Abel now, they have that 7 in a row right on his tail end, as Rowe might try to make a pass on this 41 going into the first chicane here. We're gonna keep it wise though, not to force anything. But running outside the top 10 is those other two Racing Motorsports trucks, the 83 and 84. Not quite had the run they want so far here this afternoon. And 82 LaFleur's right on the back of that number 43, I mean, number 6 of Patrick Raven, but he's not been able to get a pass off just yet either. Oh, he had a look there, I feel like, for a second, but nothing comes out of it. So, I mean, they're still going, but here goes the Fleur now on the straightaway. Does he get a look at this 6 of Raven? Raven, though, getting a great drive off. That 6 has, Series Raven has some of the best engines in the series, so they're definitely going to be the ones to watch out on the straightaways. You can see it there. There's nowhere to go for this number 82, who's right on the back of this number 6 of Raven. Wood is closing back up on that 42 of Alford, but right on the back is this 82, trying to get something done, but just nothing coming out of it just quite yet. But now Raven gonna get a great set of corners to that chicane there. That 82's gonna lose some time once again. As now Rowe and that 36 of Haynes are side by side here. Haynes trying to get the pass off on that center. Oh, gonna get into the dirt a little bit. Going into this turn, contact for a second it looked like. Haynes right on the back of this 7, trying to get something out of it, but nothing gonna come out of it just yet there. He was right on the inside for a while, but no move just yet from that number 36. Well, he made a move, but didn't complete it. So now Alford here going to have that 38 right on his back bumper here. Wood is closing in now. Get a good run here. Might have a shot coming out of the chicane. Oh, Alford locks up the brakes. He makes his first mistake, and there goes Joseph Wood on through. That 38 of Wood gave that 42 some pressure. Oh no, the 42 has a tire down. I don't know if it came from him locking up the brakes, but that 42 felt the pressure of that 38 right behind him, and Wood's gonna move into the lead while Alford once again leading early in a road course, and now is going to be in trouble here. As he has a tire down, and he's gonna limp his way all the way through here. So now this is gonna be trouble here as Alford just, I mean, he's gonna be in an awkward spot. That tire is, yeah, no, he's gonna have to get a tow back to the garage here. He's stuck in the grass now. Alford in trouble for the second time in a row at a road course after leading the first couple laps. And this puts Wood in a great spot here with the lead. I thought that 42 just made a mistake possibly, but now he is in a tough spot here, that 42 of Alford. I don't know if he's gonna make it back. It looks like he might make it back. Oh, it's a straight. Dixon made contact because of that 42. He will make it back. I think he might have gotten help from a Toyota teammate possibly to get back out of that grass. I'm not too sure. Probably got a little bit of a bump or something, but Alford makes it down the pit road, but now he's gonna be on an alternate strategy and all the way back here now in this race. A tire goes down. It looked like he locked up the brakes too. I want to say his tire went down before he locked up the brakes, but it for sure caused a huge jolt. That 38 was right on his tail end, and I want to say he maybe thought he had a tire rub, and that's why he was slowing up so much. He probably had a tire rub, and then eventually when he got to that turn, the tire just gave out. But as we come on lap 15, next time around, halfway through that lap, we will be at the halfway point in this race. But now that 80 of Nick Mahold's gonna be lap traffic here. Does this allow like a guy like the 90 of Caleb Rose to potentially get up in here? But no, that 38's gonna make quick work of that number 80. So Alford is going to be right here out of the chicane, so he's going to have quite a ways to go in this race if he wants to get anything out of it, but we haven't seen pit stops just yet. Oh, but there goes Abel around that 45 of Sarah Taylor now. Is he finally going to get the pass off on that 45? Abel now going to this turn side by side, and I think it's going to be Abel unless Taylor fights back on the outside here. And it will be Aaron Abel, so he's going to move up into P6 here and get past that 45 0 Taylor. He's been working on it for quite a while. He finally gets it done. So now we'll see if that 45 tries to fight back, or do we possibly see that 84 Nolan to the inside of that 52 of Emily York Watson to break into the top 10 here. Watson's going to get a run off on the corner though in that Kyle Busch throwback. And now Behold comes down the pit road. Meanwhile, side by side for second now is this 43 and 98 going into the chicane. Who's going to break last? It's going to be Rose, I want to say. Rose getting slipped up a little bit. That might be Gutierrez's spot. Yes, it will be. Gutierrez is going to move into second here. As everybody else just falling behind, I think. Nobody going to come down pit road just yet, I don't think. Besides that 80 on Behold. So yeah, he's in a good spot here. So now, Wood's got a 5-second gap on the guys behind him. So he's really hitting his marks ever since everybody else, ever since that 42 crash. So we'll see how it plays out. This 45 0 Taylor going a little bit slow here. They cause a little bit of a train here with this everybody else behind them. So we'll see if this 7 in a row tries to get some quick work done on them here soon. Bulls on pit road, but right now everybody keeping it going, so maybe lap number 20 we'll see some pit stops. But Wood is looking to get a second career win at this point. Won at Watkins Glen last season. There goes the 52 York. There goes a 7 in a row around Haynes, I believe, and now York Watson trying to give Haynes a little bit of a shot here. Does Haynes have issues? No, a tire did go down on that 60, but I believe. No, Rose has been around Haynes. What am I saying? So now halfway through Gutierrez is going to have to try to reel in that 30 to Wood, but he's got quite a nice gap here. So the guys are going to have to try to undercut him or hit on a different lap, because I don't think the preferred strategy will be pitting when this 38 comes down. Which he's going to be coming down now here on lap number 17, going on to 18. Gutierrez is going to come down. I don't know about this call. You guys got to, some of you guys got to stay out here. I don't think this is smart. No, nobody going to stay out. That's really stupid. So everybody going to come down here, which is going to likely decide this race, because nobody's staying out here. There's no real vary in the pit strategy. Bull already has had to come down because of a tire being down. So yeah, I mean, everybody gonna, for some reason, just come down with the 38. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but I don't know. The pit strategy's been overall dumb, I guess, this whole time at road courses. And now everybody's gonna come down and follow Wood, which, if he has a slow stop, it could work out. But I mean, this guy's already coming off pit road, so that's likely your race right there, folks. Because I mean, I mean that's idiotic, honestly, by all these teams. Why are you coming down all at the same time? Guys, everybody's lost themselves some solid chance at getting past this 38 when it comes to pit strategy. But now, I mean, they're going to be way behind here. I mean, I don't know why at road courses these teams just decide to follow the leader, but I mean, it's going to happen here. And now that 38 just has to cruise and have no issues, and he'll win this race because everybody just decides to concede from the match, I guess, to just pit at the same time as him for some awkward and stupid reason. So we're gonna have a few laps left in this one as everything cycles through, but this 38 of Wood, unless he makes a mistake, is gonna have this win quite easily because everybody came down at the same time as him. I don't know why, but interesting development there. Halger on pit road still. Did he have some issues? Don't know. We're gonna go to a no-cut replay here. Did something happen to this 83 of Halger? Oh my. Did he lock up the brakes? Oh, he spun out. Wow. Oh, and he hit the chicane. Oh my gosh. Halger spins out. Wow. Yeah, I mean, he could have kept it going, but he has a stupid thing where the JI just levitates into the wall. So that's something to watch out for. I didn't know the chicane could be that tricky, but now as we move through this race, Halger are likely going to be out of this one, potentially. As I don't know if he's going to continue, and that's going to open this right up to his teammate, that 82 of Ricky Lafleur. See these guys all duking it out here going into the chicane. As contact between Victoria and Dixon. They all keep going here, but oh, side draft between that 17 of Sustrai and the 80 of Nick Mahold. But yeah, back on through here. I mean, unless Gutierrez reels him in, I think this race is all but over because, I mean, he's not even the same area as this 38. So we'll see how it plays out, but still have about 15 to go in this race. Under 15 to go in this race. And you're gonna lose some time, so I mean, you're the teams here, I think you gotta pit earlier, but none of them decide to do that. Halger's out of this one. Is he just gonna be sitting on pit road getting work done on that truck? But I mean, that's just an odd occurrence there where everybody comes down for some reason. So we'll see if there's any, the 01 could be trouble, the 60 and the 30 could be trouble, but with the gap that this number 38 has right now, I think they'll be all right. Guys like Hubert in his home race, all the way down in 13. Halger's gonna be out of this one. Roland in 17. This is going to be the opportunity for Lafleur to blow this championship run wide open. Unless something happens to CD2, he's going to be in a great spot here heading into next race next week at, I believe, Dover. So Woods, I mean, he's kept the same gap with this number 43, so I don't think Gutierrez is going to really have a chance. But next, well, on the next 2 laps, then we'll have 10 to go in this race, so 12 to go now. But the 7 and 36 are still yet to be able to get past this number 45 of Sarah Taylor, but everybody up here trying to surprise. Anybody make any mistakes just yet? No. Oh, Hubert. I think Hubert spun out. That's not good. We're going the wrong way here. Hubert, I think, had issues. Oh, yeah. Hubert had issues here. We're going to go to another no-cut replay because there's nothing else to watch in this race, if we're being quite honest. But, oh, wow. Hubert goes really wide and just, and his home race right into the outside wall. Yeah. So, for Ricky LaFleur, I mean, unless something happens to him, this is his championship to lose because, I mean, after this race, with how many guys are struggling here this afternoon, I mean, I don't think there's any way that he loses this title. Well, I mean, we still have 7 races left, but it's going to be his lose for sure. He's going to have, I think, over a race gap on everybody else. So, a wild turn of events, but that 27 is going to be out of this. I don't think the 83 of Halger ever got back going. As Nick Mahold's in the grass, I think he has issues. Now, just running really slow. The 83 Halger didn't get back going, but at this point, I mean, you're last. I mean, everybody in this top 5 has struggled here today. Top 5 in the chase has struggled here today besides Aaron Abel, so. If you're Aaron Abel here, you say your arm itches and just take out this number 82 to get a shot, but he's right on the back of him here. And see if he gets to him, but right now, just all keeping it going for now. Really getting in that dirt. Oh, and Wood gonna get past the 01 of Herman here. We'll see how much lap traffic causes an issue. But Rose has been pretty fine. Nobody's really spun it out besides Hubert and those other few, but still got 10 more laps left in this race for that to happen. Which Wood is still battling with this 01. And 01 of Herman's gonna fend him off actually. So she's gonna fend him off here for a second. No, they're actually gonna fend him off for the whole lap, so this is gonna give this 43 an opportunity if he hits his marks here to really try to close in on this 38 of Wood, given the opportunity. Right now, they're all fine here, I would say. Yeah, this is 42 to gain a lot of time here. Wood does not get to the inside of this 01. He will now, but boy, oh boy. So yeah, he lost 2 seconds that lap. So if he doesn't get around him in the chicane, yeah, okay, he will this time. But Herman gives Wood some trouble, but now he's gonna get past him and just can't make a mistake. We saw it happen to his teammate Haynes at Coda, so he just has to avoid spinning it out here at all costs. He's got less than 10 to go in this race. Looking at his second career win in the Gainbridge Truck Series. Will he get it done? So like Gutierrez is going to come up on this number 01 of Lexi Herman. So we'll see if, oh, Raven, really wide, going to make a mistake here. Here comes that number 82 of Ricky LaFleur. Here comes Aaron Abel though as well to the outside of LaFleur. Aaron Abel really close, but just backing out of it. But he is right on the back end of this 82, putting pressure on our current leader for the championship. Because he's the only one that's going to really contend with him here today. As the 98 actually going to have a good day. The 98, it's going to be 98 and 41 are going to only be the only guys who are within a race or so that are going to be moving up. But when you're a guy like Calger, Alford, Hubert, you can't have this happen, but a P5 isn't the worst case scenario. They would like them to finish way lower though. Now Wood's going to come up on this 80, the 60. If he's going to come up on quite a bit of lap traffic here, coming in these final few laps. Rose is about 8 seconds behind, so I think he will be out of it unless something big happens in the 43 and 13, but coming to 5 to go left in this race here at Portland. Well, 6 to go in this race at Portland. At 38 to Wood. Got a 4.5 second gap on the 43 Gutierrez. That Gutierrez still doesn't have to pass that 01 though, which the 01 gave the 38 a lot of issues. Will it give the 43 a lot of issues is the question. Gutierrez was our regular season champion, has not started the chase off like he's wanted to, but he's got a few races to figure it out still. I mean, I would say all the way up until race 24 is where you can really prove yourself. When we get to race 24, 4 races left, that's when the opportunities kind of close, and that's when you kind of got to just figure it out for yourself. Well, not figure it out for yourself, that's when you kind of figure out who's going to really be in this fight and who will not be. So Wood going to have that 80 of Nick Mahold here. Meanwhile, the 43 will have the 01 of Herman out of the chicane, I would say, unless he gets a super big dive bomb here going into the chicane, which he's not going to. But that number 38 going to get past the 80 as well. But this gap is decreasing every single lap with 5 more to go in this one. Now Wood's got that 60 and 30 in front of him. But this 43's got 2 trucks in front of him as well, as he's kind of not really gaining any time on this 01 here in this lap. So it'll be quite the tight finish. I think Wood has it, but I mean, the mistakes we've seen so far here tonight at Portland, anything can really happen in this one. Gets a shot here. No, he's not. So this is where Wood might gain some time here. As Gutierrez is going to really need a good runoff here to only get past this 01. Which, I mean, Gutierrez is not getting the runoff at all. He really struggles behind this 01. So that's going to allow this 38 to gain some time back to 4.7 seconds ahead. Which I think that's going to pretty much seal it, because I don't think this 38 Gutierrez has the pace to get around this 01 or 80 right now. He's really, when he's right behind everybody, he's really just slow for some reason. So he's in a tough spot here, and I don't know what's going on with that 43, but it just looks super tight, and he's got nowhere to go. Coming to 4 to go at the line, but I think Wood is good because that 60 and 30 are quite far ways ahead. I don't think he's going to catch up to him. Gutierrez, meanwhile, stuck behind this 80 and 01. As Mahold going to run wide here, and yeah, Gutierrez is going to be tough. He's going to lose a lot of time here. This might be all the way back up to 6 seconds again. Yeah, he's about to be back to where he was before all this lap traffic, because he's not able to get around these Rams here. And this allowed everybody else behind to just come right back into this, which Gutierrez might not even be fighting for first. He might not even be trying to chase for first. He might be trying to defend second with that 98 right behind him. I mean, Mahol just puts the complete brakes on this 43. I mean, if you're Gutierrez, you're going to get frustrated here because he just checked everybody up in that corner. He's going to be, this is going to possibly be 10 seconds here if that 43 doesn't get around him, which he finally will try to here. With 4 more to go, as Herman, though, might make it 3 wide. Oh, Herman's going to get into the back of the 80, and you see the 80 just checks up in front of Herman. Here comes Caleb Rose to the inside. And he's going to possibly be trying to get this number 43 of Gutierrez for second here, potentially. Wood, though, only has three more to go in this one. Can he bring it home? No mistakes needed. Meanwhile, all these guys back here in some trouble with this lap traffic. This whole top 10's in here. Now LaFleur's going to get past Raven for 4th, potentially. Which is not good for Aaron Abel or anybody behind him in the standings. In the chase standings. But Raven is holding firm here. So he will hold firm there. But for Joseph Wood, gonna make his way around, coming to 2 more to go in this race. For that 38 team, looking to get their first win on the season. Second career win all time. This is gonna be his second at a road course. As the 37 of Bento's teammates on pit road, but 2 more to go for this number 38 of Joseph Wood. Got about a 10-second gap from everybody else. Gonna be coming up on the man he fought earlier in this race, Avery Alford. Unfortunately, Alford has not had the luck he wanted. Starts off another road course race, beating out this 38, really having a lot of pace, but another issue runs in. He runs into another issue now, and Aaron Abel gets past that 82 of LaFleur. Haynes, though, might just lose out on the top 10 here potentially. Well, no, Haynes is gonna get past this 45 and number 7. He's gonna get a 2 for 1 there coming out of the chicane potentially. Unless Sarah Taylor, yeah, I mean, Haynes is running the dirt there for a little bit. And that 45 is going to fend him off, I think. Haynes was looking to get a 2 for 1 there, potentially. As Haynes still fighting, but nothing quite coming out of it. Now there goes the 82 shooting back around the outside to get past this number 41 of Aaron Abel. Oh, LaFleur makes a mistake though, but making his way around. 1 more to go for the 38 of Joseph Wood in this race. This is awful camera angles on this track, but Wood's got 1 more to go in this one. He's led almost not every lap. He's led most of the laps here so far here tonight. Everybody came down at the same time as this 38, which kind of sealed the deal for him. Gonna give himself a much needed win after his 2 DNFs to start off the chase. So now he's going to be in quite an interesting spot here when it comes to the chase standings coming out of this race, but we are going to see here. If Wood can bring it home only a few more corners, as long as he avoids making a mistake here, he will have this race win. Looks like he will avoid making one right here. As Joseph Wood coming out of turn number 13. Joseph Wood, for the 2nd time in his career, he is going to win at Portland International Raceway and win here for the Ally 400. So Wood gets his 2nd career win at a road course, and it's going to happen here at Portland.
It's ninth in Phoenix.
That's how you rebound, is just so Alford down.
So Wood gets a much-needed win. Second's going to be Gutierrez. Third. Fourth's going to be Raven. Fifth's going to be Aaron Abel. Brandon Haynes is going to finish in eighth behind Sarah Taylor. Our next top 10 is going to be the 99 Arago Dorn. But for some guys, this is kind of going to be kind of the coffin in some of their chase hopes, like the 23rd Carson Miller just has ran into an infinite amount of issues, and fortunately for him, likely going to see his chase hopes really go away, finishing 25th. Not going to have a shot at a championship, but for some guys, this does give them some newfound hope. The 38 of Wood finishes really well in this one. The 98 of Rose, but for some guys, the 98 of Rose, the 41 of Aaron Abel, but for some guys like Alford and others, this is going to be quite a tricky spot now through the rest of this chase. And as Wood makes his way down, he's going to be celebrating with his team. You know, an interesting race here for Portland. You know, we saw a few mistakes from some guys, a few race enders, especially for Hubert and whatnot. But, you know, overall, kind of a mellow one. But we did see some action, though. We know that New Smyrna is going to be really, New Smyrna. We know that Road America is going to be where we really see the action really kick off. But Wood does get the win here at Portland, and I mean, he was putting pressure on that 42 before the 42 even made his before the 42 even had that tire rub come through, and then eventually his tire go out. So who knows what it could have been for the 42 of Avery Alford, but you know, in terms of pitch strategy here tonight, you know, I mean, I didn't really understand everybody coming down with the 38. I mean, we've seen that at so many times at road courses so far this season. I just don't know what the team's strategy play is at these tracks anymore, because it just seems like always follow the leader. And then when we get to a speedway, that's when everybody else wants to try new things. So I don't understand it personally. We'll see how it plays out at Road America, but here at Portland here tonight, folks, the one way you could have beat that 3D through pit strategy potentially does not happen. So let's go over the results in this race, and then we will just end this one off. I'll put the chase standings on your screen, and then you'll see how everything's going to be playing out heading to Dover next weekend, which is, I think we're running the short track package for that race. So that's another short track, which could be a good spot for that 38 of Joseph Wood to continue his good run so far. But he's ran into a lot of bad luck, though, but he has shown a lot of pace so far to kick off this chase. All right, folks, so as we get into your finishing results from tonight's race here at Portland International Raceway, you can see Joseph Wood, of course, gets the win with quite a considerable gap. I mean, I don't know. I think if Alfred stayed out there, I don't think he would have won the race, though. I don't think, because, I mean, Wood was closing in. It could have been a tire up that was helping him close in, but he definitely had some pace. But for guys like Gutierrez, Rose, Abel, this is a great points day, especially with that A2 LaFleur finishing at 6. But then on the flip side, for Hubert and all of them, I mean, this is a gut punch for Hubert, Hauger, to Avery Alford. I mean, this is going to make a tough road going into Dover and throughout to get to this 82. And everybody's going to be very close behind this 82. So, I mean, LaFleur showing up when the time is right, and it's during chase season. You know, playoff atmosphere, you got to show up when it matters the most, and that's what they're doing. But you can see Patrick Raven got a top 5. He was running really well. He was giving some of those faster trucks some issues. Aaron Abel wasn't able to get past them. And who else we got here? Sarah Taylor. I mean, that 36 and 7 could not get past Sarah Taylor. Raul Dorn had a pretty solid performance. He's really improved. Emily York Watson fell out of the top 10 in a pit cycle, but she was running in there quite a bit. Ryan Osborne finishes in 12th. Kaden Arcadia up to 13th. Nolan down in 15th. Who else is up here? I think Gale struggled quite a bit. I mean, we'll likely see Gale get on his reign of terror at road courses next season. But right now, this season has not been his year. But I think that's all from the results here. Rowe does get a top 10 after DNFing the first two. It's not going to help him too much, but it gives him a nice little basis to start off his comeback run. I'm not sure how much help it's going to, how much good it's going to do him, but he's going to have quite the opportunity to get something out of this chase run. Hopefully, if he can lock in the next couple weeks, get some race wins. But it's just going to be guys needing that 82 to have a bad day. We've seen a lot of guys have bad days besides that 82, and if we know anything, it's going to eventually come, but you want it to come sooner or later if you're this 82 team. You not want to happen at the finale or whatnot. But, well, if it did happen at the finale and he didn't have issues up to that point, probably would just be in the bag and he could just win the championship from a DNF probably. But, yeah, I think that's pretty much it here from Portland International Raceway, folks. Let me know your thoughts about this race in the Discord or comments. We'll be heading to Dover next week, which should be a pretty fun one there. Um, but it is going to be Joseph Wood getting his second career win. And it's going to be here at Portland International Raceway. He won at Watkins Glen last season off fuel mileage. Quite a different flip of events this time around. Had a lot of pace that 38, was very fast. He wins from pole. That 42 of Alford gave him some issues, but Alford once again has some mechanical issues, and it's just been reliability that's been the issue for some teams. But teams haven't quite addressed that just yet, and who knows? When will reliability really get addressed here? Which, I mean, reliability has not been changed since maybe like race number, I want to say 12. So it's just picked up naturally somehow. Which, I mean, the faster your truck gets, the more issues you'll likely have. But for some guys like Miller, it's just really bad luck. He's had so many issues these past couple weeks, and it continues once again. But that is all from in our Truck Night America, folks, here at Portland International Raceway. We'll see you all at Dover next weekend. Well, next Friday for I don't remember what the sponsor is, but it's gonna be a good race, I think, at Dover. Of a pretty fun track, so that's gonna be interesting one, a concrete track at that. So that'll be interesting to see who's really good at the concrete tracks compared to some of the regular tracks we see. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next week at Dover International Raceway or Dover Speedway, whatever it's called. I can't speak clearly.